What's up, guys? It's trainer Amy Jo. Today we're going to cover supplements on our live seminar here at the TF studio. So we are doing a full month of seminars, live discussions here on our Instagram page to help educate you guys, help offer more tips, answer questions, to kind of give you guys more value from TF, from our trainers that can help you with your goals. So I think a big popular one is supplements, supplementation, and how do we cater that to our goals? What can help? What's hagwash? What's not worth the time or the money? And although we know that supplements can change all the time, research changes, and therefore so can our pocketbooks on what we choose to spend supplements on. But there are quite a few that have been proven to be beneficial. So like a lot of fitness professionals, I often get asked, what supplements should I take to lose body fat, to add strength, to get faster, to improve my recovery? And what's funny to me is that there's kind of a number one answer to all these goals, or should I say they should all be asking really one question, and that should be the same question. What supplements will help me add muscle mass? Because muscle mass really is the answer to all of those questions, right? Adding more muscle mass can help you lose weight, can help improve your recovery, can help you become faster, to jump higher, to perform better, and to add strength. So if we can focus, number one, on how do we add muscle mass through supplementation, then you're winning, right? You're winning in all of those areas and all of your goals are being met. So we all know how important, nutrition is. We all know how important, proper training is for your particular goal. But then supplementation is what, 10% of it, really. I mean, I hate to put a percent on it, but it's kind of like saying, all right, nutrition and my workouts and how I train and what foods I eat absolutely have to come first. But if I'm doing those right, and if I'm chipping away at those, and if I'm consistent in the nutrition and my training area, in those departments, what can my supplements look like that can help me achieve even better results, right? So that's why we wanted to discuss this. And by no means am I the most professional expert on supplementation, but I do know a thing or two, and I have a lot of experience. So I'd like to just cover the best ones, I think, that are most important, and also the ones that are pretty common that most people just aren't getting really enough of, or they don't realize that there's a lot of good research on those particular supplements. So first, to be fully transparent, I do own a supplement store. So obviously I believe strongly in the value of scientifically backed supplementation in conjunction with a healthy, balanced diet. So I got to put that out there. But that being said, we wanted to take a moment to discuss this. So number one, I am a high believer in a high quality protein supplement. So protein powders, right? They come in a variety of forms. We all, see them in the large containers, but I like protein powder because it's high quality, it's cheap, it's convenient, and most of us aren't getting enough protein in our diets. So the easiest way is to make a whey protein shake, whether it's even whey, casein, milk, pea, soy, any other type of protein. What I do care about, though, is that you're investing in the right protein for you that is high quality. And when we're trying to find one that is high quality, number one, you want to find it in its most pure form. So there's a whey, there's a casein. Like I was saying, some people can't handle whey or casein. So I would recommend doing a pea or a rice cranberry protein. There's even some of those blends as well out there. So focusing on that. Soy protein has higher phytoestrogens, and it's not the best option for strength and your lean body mass gains. So if you can't tolerate a whey or a casein, definitely look for those combinations out of rice, pea, cranberry. I know there's even beef proteins on the market as well too, so something like that might be good for you as well. But if you're like me, I'm often on the go, and having a protein powder, at least a shake a day, is like, I mean, that's just a guaranteed 35 grams of protein. And, you didn't have to prep it, you didn't have to make it, it's super cheap, and it's high quality, right? We want absorption is really important as well. Not just, oh, my protein grams are here. I want high quality protein sources. So that's why protein powder is so great to use. So that's my number one on the list. And I know it's kind of a food item, right? But it's considered really a supplement as well because it's in that powdered form. So most people think of it as a supplement even though it is a food item. So let's move into number two, creatine monohydrate. I'm by no means a bodybuilder. I have competed in the past, but not anymore. And I'm not even, that desperate for that much more muscle mass either. But from the research and the science and all of the data that backs this product, it is huge. And I can't go on without mentioning creatine monohydrate and how it really can benefit anyone. I'm talking anyone. My 10-year-old uses it. A grandpa should be using it. A grandma should be using it because of its benefits. This powerhouse supplement has unfortunately been very misunderstood as well at the same time. So like other supplements on my list, creatine has been widely researched, and that's why it's number two on there. So the health and performance benefits of this are truly outstanding, and you can benefit from people from all walks of life. So the myth, right, is that it makes us bulky. But really the truth is you may notice some small weight change, even just with the initial use. But I wanted to make it clear that it's due to the water increase inside the muscle cell. And more creatine is inside the muscle cell, which increases the water. So your weight therefore increases, right? So don't think that that it is making you gain weight. Long-term weight, there's no proof, no evidence that shows that. Myth number two, it'll make you bloated. I think one of the biggest things is that you need to increase your water intake when you are using creatine monohydrate. So if you're using this daily, which you should be, if you want to increase strength gains, increase performance gains, which means added muscle mass, which means we're leaner, right? And we perform better, we recover better, we have more energy, you're better at performance. The thing that kind of coincides with that is you want to make sure you're increasing your water. So when you're using creatine monohydrate, just remind yourself that you should drink more water, and it's going to help with what you think might be bloated, but you're not. And then the other myth is that it's not safe, right? And that it's not good for us. Well, it's not considered a banned supplement at all. It's not considered a banned substance. It's actually considered a food. It's in red meat at low dosages. It's highly safe and effective, and it's already in our body. Just at higher dosages, it's making us perform better. So moving on, all right, creatine monohydrate, 3 to 5 grams per day. That is what is safe, effective, and can help increase your performance. There's no reason to load it or get off it and then back on it again. Just keep taking it consistently every day, 3 to 5 grams. Moving on, a multivitamin, all right? So I think it's funny because a lot of clients will go, why even take a multivitamin? I forget all the time. I can't feel it. I can't see it, because I think we have these like ideas with supplements that like, I want to feel it, I want to feel that pre-workout. I want to feel it kick in. I want it to taste good. And I want it to but we forget sometimes why they're there, why you take a multivitamin. And a lot of times if you understand, some of us have deficiencies, you are going to be more encouraged and more motivated to consistently take a multivitamin or consistently use any supplement for that matter. But although you can't feel it, or it's not this unicorn magical powder, doesn't mean that it's not benefiting you, right? And so sometimes there's those things in life, right, that you're just like, I just got to do this. I just got to have life insurance, right? Even though you can't feel it, it's not fun, but you got to do it. So that's why I just wanted to encourage on a multivitamin is to find a high quality multivitamin that's third party tested is really important. And, if you're a hard training individual, you're wanting to increase muscle mass, you train, 3 or more times a week in a high intensity way, you need a good multivitamin. And micronutrients and minerals play just as much of an important role as macronutrients, right? We all know macronutrients are protein, carbs, and fat. But with our daily diet, we're not getting a lot of our most critical vitamins and minerals. So while there's many other vitamins that are important, the ones that I wanted to discuss today tend to be the most crucial and the lacking ones in most people, in most clients. So let's talk about zinc. We want our cell metabolism and our immunity health to be high scoring, right? You want the best immunity you can. We're sick less. That means we can keep going, training hard, and have high energies, right? We know all those reasons. But if you're not getting enough of this in your diet, then you're going to want to make sure that you're getting it in your supplementation. And it's really hard to have the perfect diet. If you're like me, super busy, and you just can't count all of that. I mean, it's just so much. So supplements and a multivitamin can definitely give you all that you're missing. But zinc is found in beans, nuts, seafood, poultry, just to name a few. You want 8 to 50 milligrams a day. Since it depends on a deficiency, if you have a deficiency, or it can depend also on your daily diet. So knowing if you have a deficiency is, going to be between you and your physician. So if you're tired, if you feel lethargic, if you are not performing like you once were, if you're not losing weight like you think you should. I mean, there's all of these things that really could even just come down to having a deficiency. And that's an easy fix, right? Rather than thinking something else is really wrong with you. So making sure that you have zinc in your multivitamin is really important. Another one that's really important to have in your multivitamin is magnesium. Magnesium helps your muscles to contract, okay? It's also good for hormone regulation and your electrolyte balance. So sometimes if you get a cramp or, Charlie horse, and, we always kind of think, oh, go to the banana, you need a banana, the potassium. A lot of times it's actually magnesium that you don't have enough of. So making sure your multivitamin has a good dosage of magnesium in it. Magnesium is also naturally found in spinach, quinoa, almonds, cashews, dark chocolate, woohoo, right? For all the dark chocolate lovers, you get your magnesium in, right? So we can say that. That's a good motivator right there. And avocado, love avocado. You need 300 to 500 milligrams of magnesium. That's a good dose in a day. But it also does depend on how hard you train, because if you're a higher level performing athlete, or you're someone who just tends to be a little lower on the end of magnesium, sometimes you have to supplement extra with magnesium. So a multivitamin might not be enough. You might not be getting enough of what you need with magnesium. And it has huge benefits. So it's going to increase your quality of sleep, muscle function, and you're going to have, like I said, the stronger muscle contractions. So if you don't feel like you sleep well, another one is are you getting enough magnesium in your diet? And that goes for zinc as well, zinc and magnesium both. But you can already see kind of the recovery is in sleep, right? So if we have a deficiency from magnesium, if we have a deficiency from zinc, you're not consistently using a multivitamin, well, I mean, that's an easy fix, right? I think that's just what's encouraging, is that you need that motivation to say, this is why I take this every day. Yes, I can't feel this crazy effects from my multivitamin, but being consistent with it, I mean, talk to someone who's had a deficiency in some of these and you'll see the symptoms that have played out, and you don't want to get there. So prevent that, right? Multivitamin, it's a good step, obviously, to consult with your doctor to find out if you are deficient in any of these vitamins and find out specific amounts. And so that's a good thing that, of course, I need to say. Good time to take multivitamin. Morning, middle of the day, afternoon, nighttime. I think what's funny about the supplementation is like literally adherence is key. Whenever you are going to remember to take your multivitamin or your vitamins, take it then. I don't really think that there's like the best time. It's more about consistency, right? So you don't forget. I mean, you just want that in your daily diet. So I'm a morning person. Like, I just want to take all my stuff so I don't forget. So right when I wake up in the morning, that's like the first thing that I do. I drink like a large cup of water and I take my all my vitamins. So that's kind of the important things within the multivitamin that I just wanted to cover. The other one would be vitamin D. It's a critical vitamin, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. It's a requirement for us to add. I'm near Seattle and we don't get a ton of sunlight here, which is awful. And you can really create a very quick deficiency in vitamin D if you're not careful. And so it's really huge to supplement extra with that. And it regulates your neurons. It helps you keep your bones strong. It helps keep muscles strong. And I mean, obviously sunlight is a huge one that helps kind of you absorb that. So you can get also vitamin D by consuming in the diet. Oily fish is a huge one that has a lot of vitamin D in it. Milk, bread, egg yolks, just to name a few of where you can get vitamin D by just consuming it. But once again, high dosages, it's hard to get in the diet. I mean, you'd have to eat a lot of oily fish, and we're talking daily to get your dosage for vitamin D. And it highly depends on your levels. You know, someone might have a little more natural high vitamin D levels, so they're not going to dip into, a vitamin D deficiency as easy as somebody else would. Also, if your activity levels are really high, that can also change your vitamin D levels as well. And how much sunlight are you getting? So someone might not need to, supplement as much of vitamin D on that. But I mean, you can see how huge that is for our energy levels, for recovery. So that's why I'm going over some of these. It's not all like fun and like I said, unicorn-like for like supplementation for our goals, but there are a lot of basic ones that you need. And if you don't use them, you should. It's not all about crazy pre-workouts and crazy, intro workouts and post-workouts, and they're important. And I mean, I don't really know a lot of, performance athletes or people who are increasing their strength that don't have a pre-workout. But the basic ones are like, look, these are ones you can't really live without. Moving on, let's talk about fish oil. Fish oil, or as known as omega-3 fatty acids, are a must for those of you not consuming enough in your daily diet. More importantly, the amount and ratio of the EPA to DHA can have a lasting impact on many aspects of your health. So it's really important that you are getting enough of the omega-3s, because in the diets nowadays, omega-6, omega-9 are all in our foods. So trying to see where am I getting my omega-3s from is really important. I'm religious about my fish oil because I don't eat a lot of salmon. I don't really enjoy it. So I know that that's something I'm not regularly getting in my omega-3s. And if you love peanut butter and you love avocado and you love all those, that's good, healthy fats, but it's not your omega-3s, and you need that balance. Why do you need that balance? Well, I'll tell you why. Healthy cholesterol. It helps you increase your good cholesterol. Okay, so that's a huge one, and it also helps reduce high blood pressure. Brain function. It's really important for brain function. Did you know that your brain is made up of 60% of fat? And much of this fat is your omega-3s. Go figure, right? And it's also been shown to reduce inflammation. So it's really great for mental clarity. It's great for your brain. It helps reduce inflammation. And I know we've all experienced an inflamed body, right? After you have alcohol or more sugar, or you feel that tightness in your joints. I mean, it's so much harder to train. It's so much harder to move around and be active, which directly affects your goals, regardless of what it is, right? Dropping body fat, adding muscle mass, like I talked at the beginning, getting stronger, faster. You want to take care of your body. And if you can help get some supplementation in you, that's going to give you that extra 10%. Man, I'm telling you, here's motivation to do that, right? Fish oil, you can get them in capsules or liquid, right? Some people will say, oh, I get that burpy feeling. There's liquids out there as well, or there's capsules that are flavored. So there's like a lemon, flavored capsule. And nowadays they've really kind of been a little bit more mature with how they create the fish oils, because I know that's been a problem for a lot of people, or just go liquid direction. So those ones are super, super important, and that's why. Let's move on to a good greens, or I guess really a good fruits, because a powder in that regard, not a lot of clients that I work with enjoy eating vegetables. It's lower on the list, let's say. And then talk about variety as well. I think getting more of a variety of different types of vegetables is hard, right? So adding a greens powder into your daily diet is excellent for that sole purpose of immune support. And, you try on most days to get veggies in, you try on most days to get fruits in, right? But sometimes it's just not realistic. So adding in a greens powder or fruits, if you're not a fruit person, can be really beneficial. All right, let's move on to fiber. And this is one that is kind of covers a lot. So fiber is really beneficial for our digestive tract, right? We know that, and utilizing various digestive enzymes and ensuring you are getting adequate fiber intake can go a long way to supporting your immune system and your general health. We know that. But what also it does do is help us feel satiated, okay? And that's super important when you're trying to lose body fat, because we're trying to be in a caloric deficit. So for those of you who are trying to lose body fat, having enough fiber in the diet is super important. Yes, it helps you to be regular. Yes, it helps with a lot of other nutrients in our daily diet and helps with our digestive tract, but it also helps I'm full, right? Slows down digestion and really helps you to eat less. So a good time to take fiber would be sometime when you're snacky, right? When you feel like you just can't get full enough, right? Sometimes that's in the afternoon, sometimes that's after dinner. For ladies, it's like even the time of the month, right? It's a great, excellent time to even double up on fiber and making sure you're getting those in your daily diet. And I wanted to, cover just a few of kind of the more of, we know as sports supplements, and go back to pre-workout, intra-workout, and post-workout. And if you have any questions here too, guys, you can throw them up. I got a few back, but I think I missed them. And like I said, mid conversation, I have not really seen a high-performing athlete, a high-performing individual who, has any of these goals, who wants to lose body fat, add muscle mass, increase performance, recovery, who doesn't really use a pre-workout. And pre-workout is, yes, one, it has caffeine, right? So that's kind of the next one I wanted to talk about is how do we utilize caffeine in our daily diet? Some people, you can't tolerate it at all, right? It's not for you, totally fine. Like all of this has to be customized, right? Supplements have to be customized, and there's no really like best supplement except for what really our bodies are missing or what really our bodies need. But a pre-workout has other ingredients than just caffeine. It has other ingredients that help increase blood flow to the muscle you're working. And there's pre-workouts that have no caffeine in them, that have no stimulants either. So that's always an option. But when you understand to all the ingredients that are in a pre-workout that help shove more blood into the muscle that you're trying to train and that you're trying to increase blood flow to, because that's really it, right? Breaking down muscle fibers, shove blood in there, help it to recover so it can become stronger and a bigger muscle cell. Well, pre-workouts have other ingredients than just caffeine in it. And I just wanted to kind of say that once you do your homework and once you dig deeper into the evidence and the research that supports that, there is the beta-alanine is one of them that is huge. If you want to increase your endurance, if you want to increase your anaerobic output, beta-alanine is number one on the list there to look for in a pre-workout. Caffeine, yes, is huge as well because you're able to perform harder, right? You're able to perform in a higher capacity because caffeine gives us, mental clarity and helps us to our output. You can work harder at, but don't think that pre-workouts are just this whole hype. There are high quality ones that you can find that do work. And I think when we figure out that maybe my body's not responding as well anymore. I've been using this pre-workout every day for, who knows how long, but it's not responding as well anymore. Sometimes that's even a time to say, okay, maybe I need to take a step back and maybe use a caffeine-free one for a while, let my adrenal glands rest, a little too much caffeine, a little too much stimulant, then you can always go back. Or to use it on days that are harder workouts. So days that that are, okay, today I've got a hard leg day or I've got a hard high intensity workout. Those are the days to use, a pre-workout that has a little more caffeine in it, okay? Let's see here, a few questions. When should I use, when should I use creatine? You can use creatine pre-workout, mid-workout, or post-workout. Those really are the best times to use it, but you do want it in your system. So just if you forget during your workout, just taking that in any time in the day. You just want it a dose every single day in your body. How to know if the source of whey protein is good? That's a really good question. So how do you know if your quality of your protein is good? Well, number one, you're going to see other ingredients that are in a whey protein. And that's what you don't want, right? So if you want to find 100% whey protein powder, then that's what you want to look for in the ingredients. But there are other high qualities that are blends, right? And those are fantastic as well because they're slower digesting. So 100% whey protein is the quickest way that we're going to have absorption into our bloodstream. So, but to slow it down a little bit, a blend of proteins, a concentrate, and other blends are going to be good for absorption as well. So most often than not, though, you can also even see if there's a lot of carbs, if there's a lot of fat in a protein powder. That's usually a sign that it's not as high quality. They're adding other flavors, they're adding other things into the protein powder, and we want it to be as low carb as possible and as low fat as possible, right? So we can use it as just protein only and get calories from other sources. Well, I'll just kind of close with this, that it's important that you, one, find a way to stick to your supplementation routine. Okay, so it's important that whatever you're using, that you can stick to it consistently. I think that adherence is number one, and then researching and knowing if you do have any deficiencies. That's important as well. Talking to your doctor about any deficiencies that you might have, getting blood work done, and making sure that you're optimal. But I really do think that taking supplements on a daily basis can really help your performance increase, can help really whatever goal. You want to add muscle mass, you want to drop body fat, having the proper ones are super beneficial. And I think it's just about customizing and finding which ones those are. But I will save this video and we'll put it also up on our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. If you have more questions, you can always message us on our TF IG page. All right, have a great day. I'm Amy Jo. Bye, guys.